Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Movie Dungeon. I am your host, Dwayne, the flyest nerd you know, and today we're talking about X-Men 97 Season 2, Episode 4. So let's get on into it. Off the bat, let's give it to our boy Bishop, right? He came through, tried to get everybody home, trying to get everybody right, trying to get everybody safety, trying to get everybody back to their lives. Just get them back right. Nope, nobody wouldn't listen to my boy. Nope, not a single person. You know, actually throughout the whole episode, even towards the exactly end, before the fight goes down, he says, let's go. Nobody. You know, sometimes when you're trying to be nice, you know, and it doesn't work out, just let it go. Just let it go. You know, Magneto tried to do his thing. He tried. Hell, even Charles really actually pursued a little bit more, even though I blame him a lot for what goes on in this episode. But we'll get to that in a second. The X-Men actually lead them where Apocalypse needs to be to become Apocalypse. You know, they keep fucking up, right? Creating their own problems later on in the future, right? So, you know, that's what they got to deal with. And I kind of forgot that Apocalypse get his powers from a Celestial. Damn it, I forgot. It's such a, you know, and when they did it, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, this is great. Go this route. This route, what I'm talking about is more like the Eternals movie, where they're going to have pretty much Apocalypse be the person who wipes us out and wipes out everything, bringing on the Apocalypse. And for the rest of the Essentials to come down and just murk us, or not murk us, excuse me, because we already will be dead, to do whatever they want with this planet. Create things, test things, whatever they want to do. Right, so but he's playing that role, and I like that. Let's roll with that. I actually wish the live action would do this, because this is way better. It's way better. And Charles, you bastard, why is every time Apocalypse is doing some bad guy shit or some evilest shit, you right there in the middle of the whole thing, or causing the shit? Damn. You're killing me here, man. Charles, you're one of the good ones. You're one of the smart. It's like you're not even thinking straight, man. I don't like what's going on. What is going on? Magneto got killed. And I still low-key blame Charles for that. You know, I low-key do blame Charles. I feel like if Charles was a little more on Magneto's side in the beginning about getting Apocalypse to be a right person and to do the right things, as Magneto was showing was working, I feel like would have been better. I feel like the cause would have been effective. You know, it would have worked. You know, Apocalypse would have switched and been that mutant that they needed in the future. You know, and well, that didn't go right. You know, but at least Magneto went out like a boss, right? He went out like a straight savage, right? He not only that, he went out as a true X-Men, right? He saved Charles. He saved the other X-Men that were there at that timeline. And then he saved those town folks, the little people in the city. He saved humans, something he hated. He hated through the original run, hated. But this new light that Charles has given him, and this new morale, this full circle of character, oh my Lord, it was so great. You know, the battle between Apocalypse and Magneto. Oh, perfect. Now, when Magneto died, I don't know if I felt the same heavy weight as when Gambit died, but I definitely did feel it. You know, which is still overall what you want. You know, but like I said, badass of a scene. Magneto's a true thug. Bishop, VIP, because he was the one that pretty much would have saved everybody. Everybody just listened to him. They have good visuals in this one. The writing is still pretty damn good. I was kind of worried when they lost a few of their writers from last season, but it's holding up. And like I said, hey, this might be the best season. I take that back. I didn't like the other, like episode 2 or something like that. But I love this one. It's actually my favorite episode so far. There's a little gripe though. When Apocalypse was, you know, doing his Egyptian attire, I guess we would call it, couldn't Rogue just touch him? Like his chest, his arms were all bare. Couldn't she just touch him while they were fighting before he turned into the full Apocalypse armor thing? Maybe that's me. Maybe I missed something. Maybe she couldn't do it. Maybe she's not. Maybe I don't know. But that's what I would have done. Yep. Powers taken. Boom bop boop bop. You know, simple, easy. This episode did have a post-credit scene, which was amazing. In this post-credit scene, you had Wolverine, Black Widow, and Captain America on this rooftop. And on this rooftop, Cap hands Wolverine a file that says Weapon X on it. I was stunned. I was so happy. I'm happy to see Cap. I'm happy to see more of the Avengers, even if it was Black Widow. That was cool. I like Black Widow, you know. But I'm glad to see those characters. I did find a comic book where they had her on the cover of it, and I do wonder if these three are gonna go help Wolverine go get his adamantium, and that's what I believe is gonna happen. That's my prediction. Those three are gonna go run off, help Wolverine get his adamantium. When they were talking about the team that Wolverine, the little band he's getting back together, I do believe that's just the X-Men from like when they were sent to the past, and the other when they were sent to the future. I think they're all back in the one timeline, so that's the band I feel like he's getting back together. But overall, solid episode. I'll actually give it an 8 out of 10. I just don't have any other gripe besides the whole little rogue thing. The show continues to blow me away. But yeah, this was a short, sweet little episode. Got straight to the point. I do love my boy Kang. My boy Kang was in here. You know, gotta give it up to him. You know, he donned his Kang the Conqueror as he dipped up out of there. That spot was finna blow. He said, time to go. Finna go conquer something else. I really think that conquering something else is the Avengers. Like, fighting them over and over and over and over. This, like, supposedly, you know, he was fighting these Apocalypse in the X-Men timeline in their side, which is pretty cool, actually. But let's just say it was a great episode. But thank you for watching. This is the Movie Dungeon. I am your host, Dwayne, the flyest nerd you know. Peace.